Gentlemen, welcome aboard the Rendezvous. Admiral Hollinger, Admiral Stark, Commodore Henley.
It's good to see you again, Commander.
I trust your journey was uneventful?
For the most part it was, at least until Admiral Hollinger got behind the helm. I think he spends too much time behind his desk and not enough time practicing his flying skills.
I see you just can't let go of that first command of yours there, Admiral.
Yes, she's served us rather well for the past few years. It'd be a shame to decommission her now.
I hate to break this up, but we really need to be at the inquiry. If Captain Trowbridge's actions warrant a court-martial, I'd like to be able to get this taken care of as quickly and as painlessly as possible.
This inquiry is now in session. The purpose of this inquiry is to investigate the allegations that Captain Trowbridge, while acting in an official Starfleet capacity, did engage in a prescribed form of chemical warfare against a rebel force. We will now hear from your first witness.
Very well, Admiral Hollinger. We call Captain Marla Trowbridge. Captain, please tell us how you came to be at Cimarron.
2 weeks ago, we received a subspace communication from the planetary governor of Cimarron requesting our assistance on a matter.
Captain Trowbridge, thank you so much for coming. Welcome to Cimarron.
Excuse me, Governor, but
yes?
the hand you're shaking belongs to Lieutenant Mortensen, my security officer. I'm Captain Trowbridge.
1,000 apologies, Captain. Thank you so much for coming so promptly. Welcome to Cimarron. We've had a bit of an emergency, and any assistance you can provide would be greatly appreciated.
What's the nature of your emergency, Governor?
Well, this.
It looks like a dog.
It is, at least partly. I'm detecting genetic markers for several different canine strains, most of them originating on Earth. There are also a number of non-Terran varieties in the mix, but basically, it's a dog.
His name is Zeus, Captain. When my wife and I decided that we were going to live on this world, we knew that we should bring a pet with us to keep our children occupied and busy while they learned their new environment. But as time went on, we noticed a certain sensitivity among the household, and we knew that we could not keep the animal. And of course, we cannot let him roam free here. So, since we had heard that you had a affinity for animals, we thought perhaps you could help us.
I am quite certain, Governor, that a starship is not the avenue someone uses to take care of an unwanted pet problem. It certainly doesn't constitute an emergency in my book. But we'll take him with us until we can find him a good home.
Oh, thank you, Captain. You won't regret this. Thank you so much.
In your initial communications with the governor, was there any indication of hostilities or distress?
None. The governor did indicate that he needed to talk to us about a matter that was somewhat delicate. He was uncomfortable telling us the nature of his request over the comm and said that he would explain all when we reached his residence.
I've reviewed the sensor and communication logs. I saw nothing to indicate an emergency of any kind. Is that correct?
Yes, Admiral.
I've researched the planetary history. Cimarron is a fairly new colony, and other than some small-time criminal activity, not much has really gone wrong. This isn't adding up. May we see the animal?
Commander, bring in the animal.
He looks like a dog. You may continue, Captain.
We had boarded our shuttle and were in the process of climbing back into orbit when...
We're being fired on. Sensors show one ship on an intercept course. Hang on, they're firing again.
Shields are down, Captain. Phasers appear to be offline.
Evasive.
Starboard engine has taken damage. We've lost maneuverability. We're barely maintaining altitude. Attempt to reroute power to the starboard engine.
Fairbanks to Rendezvous. We are under attack and require immediate assistance. Rendezvous, this is Fairbanks. We are under attack. Do you copy? Captain, communications appear to be offline.
That's it. They've locked onto us with a tractor beam. They're pulling us back to the surface.
Trowbridge to Rendezvous. Respond.
Engines are at full power. We'll soon exceed maximum hull tolerance. We can't break free, Captain. They've got us.
Who's got us? And the Rendezvous never detected any hint that they were there. These particular criminals had been operating from a remote area of the planet. I believe they saw our presence as an indicator that they had been detected. Their plan, I think, was to eliminate our team as a means of buying time so they could move their operation to a less patrolled sector.
But if you were captured, and without any resources, how did this chemical weapons charge even come about?
I don't know, Admiral. It came as a complete shock to us as well.
We may be overlooking something here. Please continue.
They landed our ships in a rugged area of the planet. The pirates that we could see were all well armed. We still had no communications with the Rendezvous or anyone else. So, when they motioned for us to open the hatch, we did so. They escorted us at weapons point into what I believe was their base of operations and proceeded to question us.
So, Captain, what are you doing here?
What are you doing in a Starfleet uniform?
This isn't about me, so I'll ask you again. What are you and your ship doing here? Come on, Captain. I have 2 of your crew members right here. If you don't tell me what you're doing here, perhaps I'll ask one of them. My methods of persuasion are not gentle.
Starfleet knows nothing about your operation. We're here at the request of the planetary governor. He asked us to pick up something for him.
Something? Something so valuable it required a starship to transport? What is it?
What is that?
Can you be more clear, Captain, on exactly what happened?
I'm not exactly sure what we were supposed to have done, Commodore. Our hands were literally tied. I believe the pirates suffered an extreme reaction to something that we either brought in with us or was released into the air in the base. We beamed them aboard the Rendezvous, and they're in the brig. They regained consciousness shortly after we brought them on board. The doctor's expecting them to make a full recovery.
Do you have any idea what this something might have...
Zeus!
Inquiry adjourned!
Captain's log, stardate 68012.3. The 3 pirates have been returned to Cimarron in Governor Martin's keeping. Rendezvous and her security teams made quick work rounding up the rest of the gang once we were able to make contact. They will be prosecuted and hopefully get more of what they deserve. Our shipboard xenobiologists have been most interested to find out exactly what is being produced in Zeus's digestive tract to make him so disagreeable. The chief engineer warned that he wouldn't guarantee hull integrity after any extended exposure. I'm pretty sure he was just joking. As an aside, I've never seen the admirals in such a hurry to leave the ship. They said they had no pressing business elsewhere to attend to. Oh my gosh, Zeus!
Hey, I hate to break this up, but we need to be at the inquiry. If Captain Trowbridge's actions warrant a court-martial, I need to get this done as quickly and as painlessly as possible.
Almost. No, I like that, actually.
I hate to break this up. We really need to be at the inquiry.
Cause his
Inquiry 2F, take 1. Marker.
Blooper! Blooper!
Captain Trowbridge, thank you. 1,000 apologies, Captain.
Cut.
None. He did indicate.
Cut.
My name fell.
Actually, that worked.
Take 2. Marker.
Action.
Commander, bring in the animal.
Cut.
Was that good enough, or?
When you go...
They're pulling us back to the surface.
Trowbridge to rendezvous, respond.
Engines are at full power.
Cut.
Engines are at full power. We'll soon exceed maximum hull tolerance. We can't break free, Captain.
Action.
Fairbanks to rendezvous.
This is cat!
Oh, don't you surrender the...